You know, I've checked out dozens of tablets in the past decade, and I can say for sure that the more you pay, obviously, the better you get. The iPads are pretty decent too, except the problem is that they're not at a budget level. They can go for $500 until now. This one is the iPad 9th gen, just iPad, not the iPad Pro or Mini. This one retails for $329, and I think in the coming years or the coming months, the 10th gen, the one that's 2 generations behind, is basically going to come on sale around $250. I feel like that's what I've seen in the past few years. So if that keeps up, this may just be the best tablet to pick up either way. So the one I have is the 9th gen Wi-Fi edition, and this is the specific model number here. Now, before you go bashing Apple, I know Apple's had their fair share of downsides and negativities, but regardless, I want you to be open-minded and just give this a chance and see what it's all about. Because all of my tablets I've checked out, they were mostly just Android tablets. And, you know, Android has its ups and downs, and I think iOS has its ups and downs too, especially in the tablet sector. Let's just give this a chance. So here's the tablet itself, this like start guide, and then the Apple stickers. Got a USB, oh, it's the lightning cable to what, USB-C? Oh yeah, it is, interesting. Well, and then there is a wall outlet. Here we have the tablet itself. Packaging is pretty simple and elegant. You can always appreciate it. And this is like kind of a retro look of the iPad, but it's not too thick or heavy. Even though this still looks like every other iPad in the past, it has a nice finish. It's like aluminum, but you can see some fingerprints here, so that's one thing to keep in mind. But a premium feel nonetheless. And the bezels are pretty thick. From top, there's the front-facing camera. As for the camera quality, it's nothing to be really too excited about, but it's decent, I'd say. And here's the front camera. I have no complaints here. The one cool thing about this one, if I remember correctly, is that this does have a 3.5mm headphone jack. I know that's a deal breaker for some people right now because they don't want to use Bluetooth headphones, but this one has it right here. Got those magnets on the bottom. Got the speaker grill along with the USB-C port. And then on the right side, volume keys. Cool. And then the power button is on top right here. Just going to hold that for a few seconds. Let's see if there's any power. And there is. Perfect. And there is the rear camera that's not protruding, and I think it's a 12 megapixel camera. This one got upgraded. This generation did. Here is the iPad right out of the box. Let's see how much storage we have. There's a little less than 40 gigabytes available out of the box, and there is a decent amount of bloatware. This is all iOS stuff here, along with the widgets. So, I mean, I'm going to give it a chance. This is iOS 17 on here, if I remember correctly. Let me double check. My bad, it's not. It's iOS 16.6, so right now I can actually update to iPadOS 17.2. And that's the nice thing about iPads, is that, or any branded tablet, is that you can get updates even after buying this. This one's already 2 years old and you're still getting updates. That's nice. The amount of storage can be a deal breaker because there's no expandable storage here. This has a 2160 by 1620 resolution, giving it about 264 ppi or pixels per inch. Now, the screen does not look pixelated, I'll guarantee you that much, and watching videos on here is pretty nice. It can be scaled all the way up to 4K on YouTube videos here. See 2160 right there? With the bike mostly set up. It looks really nice. The speakers are located on the side. It can be covered with one finger if need be. I mean, it's probably not as easy since this is a big device. Also, just wanted to mention that the speakers didn't really sound tinny. I'm realizing that the bezels are kind of, in a sense, nice because you're not really touching the screen here. But at the same time, they are really thick. It would be nice if it was like a little bigger, if it had a 16:9 aspect ratio instead of a 4:3. It is what it is. I mean, it's still, videos look nice on this. And the screen does get decently bright, up to 500 nits. The only downside is that this is not a fully laminated screen, and it's noticeable too. So that's just a little disappointing to see. The most important thing is performance, and this thing is buttery smooth. I really haven't noticed any delays whatsoever. Granted, you're not going to be able to play high-end games on here. I did try looking up some stuff on the App Store, and unfortunately this was not supported. Like if I wanted to get Resident Evil 4, I could not download it. It would not let me download it because it's not supported. Maybe jailbreaking it might help. That's one of a few apps that aren't supported. There's still a lot that is, and the App Store is unbeatable here. Simple games like Fruit Ninja 2 will work just fine. I've got NBA 2K Mobile on here, and it seems to work pretty well. No lag whatsoever. I still want to try out a few more games because this might be optimized for low-end devices. Next game I'm checking out here is Genshin Impact, and ooh, look at that download size. 25.89 gigabytes are left to download, and that's going to take up more than half the storage on this tablet. So that's the one disappointing factor, is the storage space going back to it. But then again, that is a lot of space for a simple app. I don't even know why you need that much for a simple game like this. Well, it's not too simple, but either way. So as I'm playing this, you know, there's a little bit of just maybe stutters or frame rate slowdowns here and there, but overall it's playable. Yeah, this is not bad at all. Getting into fights. Yeah, just frame rate drops at best, but otherwise, yeah, it's definitely playable, which is pretty impressive, all right. I had to check out RuneScape, and overall, this is running surprisingly well. There's some minor slowdowns here and there, but overall, it's definitely playable. Finally, in terms of battery life, this really isn't too detailed, and I would take this with a grain of salt. So, I never charged this thing when I got it. I have 2 hours and 9 minutes of on-screen time, and so it went from like, I think 66, 67% all the way down to 31% in those 2 hours. I was doing a lot of things. Prime Video was the biggest one, and I do have this at like nearly the max brightness, so because the screen doesn't really only get so bright. Still better than other tablets, of course. Either way, again, take this with a grain of salt. The battery life is still going to be pretty good on here. It's well optimized. Some people might not be a fan of iOS, and I completely understand, but it's gotten better over the past few years. At least there's widgets now. I know that's not a huge improvement. Android has had all of this before, but you can have this on here too. There's also other gestures that's really useful and convenient that I found personally, like the 4 or 5 finger gesture to open up to the multitasking tray. If you want to close something, just kind of pinch it out. That's really nice, just like that. And then they did copy some stuff from Android where it's like you go up from sliding down to top, from bottom to top. This brings up my taskbar here, but then if I do it once more, it goes away. So yeah, just the ease of use, everything else, performance, the screen, battery life, it's the full package right here, in my opinion. If there is a better tablet out there than this, at the price range, please do let me know. I'd love to hear more. I purchased this on Amazon, so I'll have a link down below for that in case if it does go on sale. But again, if you do find something at that price range, I'd definitely love to know in the comments section. But until then, this is the best tablet that you can pick up right now, the best budget tablet. So anyways, guys, I hope you found this video helpful. I do have other tablets coming up that I'll check out, so be sure to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.